Okay.
So maybe
All
we
right.
should.
So let's start this fucking podcast.
You,
You
you sound
know.
like a member of D. Advert.
I mean, it's fitting.
You know,
They're in that one Australian movie.
if you're thinking about Chappie, that movie's actually South African. You
Is
racist.
it now? Is it? Is
Yes, I mean you
it?
could look that up.
It is. I know it is. I don't care about this fucking piece of shit guy who made those movies like District 9 and other things.
So welcome to episode 16 of Stuck in the Middle with You, a podcast where two guys take a look at a critically divisive film and see on what side of the consensus they fall on. My name is Derek Gade, and my partner in crime, who cannot do a rap air horn to save his life, is the one and only Juan Barkeen. Say hi, Juan.
Hi, Juan.
I was kind of hoping you would try to do the rap air horn there.
Oh,
man.
I need a drink.
I need to talk about this movie, man, because I want to talk my way through this slice of CGI weirdness that we've both experienced.
Sounds about right, actually.
The movie we watched this time around is, man, I don't want to fuck this up. Legend of the Guardians: The Owls of Ga'Hoole, released in 2010 and directed by Zack Snyder. He of Watchmen and 300 fame.
And a person who is admittedly very, I guess, divisive filmmaker. Yeah, I think he's someone who gets unfairly hated on more than he should, actually. And I'm sure, like, what our 5 to 30 listeners are going to be like, but Juan, he sucks. And I'm going to be like, but no, he kind of doesn't. I think he's a lot better than people give him credit for, but he's not.
Here's the thing with Zack Snyder. The man has a vision.
I think he is an auteur.
He's definitely an auteur. He has a vision. There are lines that you can trace both visually and thematically through each of these movies. The argument is that his style is kind of tacky and his themes are shit.
But
that said, we are both Watchmen-apologists. We both like that movie.
That we are. I love that movie. I stand by it I stand by the director's cut wholeheartedly.
And I don't hate 300, even though it's like dumb macho posturing.
300 bores me, but I think it's a fine movie. I actually very much like Dawn of the Dead. Michelle is going to like slaughter me for saying those words.
And now we have the seeming outlier in the Zack Snyder filmography, Legend of the Guardians: The Owls of Ga'Hoole.
Which is not
as much of an outlier as you might think, actually.
It really isn't. And it's also based on Catherine Lasky's Guardians of Ga'Hoole series, which is actually, interestingly enough, a 17-book series.
See, I don't know if this movie is a condensation of one or multiple books, or of the whole series. I don't know. I haven't read these. But
I assume it's more than one book.
It feels like more than one book. It definitely
it's the first 3 books of the series.
Okay, that explains
apparently.
that. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
It definitely has that feeling of a grand first of all, highly derivative of...
Also, hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt just now. I lied because it is not just 17 books. The Guardians of Ga'Hoole series, including, like, holy shit, this is fascinating.
The way you're saying this up, this number must have 3 digits.
It doesn't, but, like, there is a main series, which is 16 books. Then, apart from that, there is a prequel, and there's spin-offs and more books set within the same universe.
So it's it's like Star Wars, basically.
More or less, which again is fascinating to me. Or no, there's 15 books and a prequel. Whatever. It's a big series. This is too much to think about at the moment.
But if this movie is a sublimation of 3 books, it definitely feels like that because it has the same problem a lot of epic fantasy does. Where it's just
every single other.
Well, not just that it's derivative, its scale kind of hobbles it because there's so much backstory and there's so much culture and there's so much lore that it's impossible just to cram. This is a 90-minute movie. This is a short movie, but it feels. I felt watching it the same way I felt watching David Lynch's Dune, where I was missing so much of it, and what was presented to me was really expository, but also surface level bizarre.
But at the same time, I actually think they did a pretty decent job at like packing in the like owl history and like in like that goes along in this mythical world in a lot of little ways. Like there's always like these little lines of dialogue that made me curious, like, okay, well, like, you know, what's the history there? Like what, like I got this little taste of it and I didn't, like, I wanted more, weirdly enough.
So let me ask you this then, Juan.
I'm scared to know your question, but go ahead.
What the hell is Legend of the Guardians: The Owls of Ga'Hoole about?
Legend of the Guardians: The Owls of Ga'Hoole is Race Wars, the movie. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna fucking say the colon every time because if we're supposed to be saying the colon every time, I also want to add the apostrophe between ga and hool.
Well, that seems unnecessarily clunky, but continue.
You shithead.
So a race war, you say?
Yes, Race Wars between owls. The movie. That's really literally like like Helen Mirren plays a white purist
Aryan
owl, like an Aryan owl essentially, and her husband was Joel Edgerton, right?
I think so. Let me pull up the cast page. This cast is stacked, man.
This cast is the strangest fucking cast. And there's British people, there's Australians, there's like every fucking buddy. And like the accents just kind of start melding.
Here's like the main players. You've got Jim Sturgis as Soren, who is a young barn owl enamored with the tales of the Guardians of Ga'Hoole, who are essentially these white knight owls who fight for good. And
I would say Soren is legitimately the only name in this entire movie that I remember of a character.
Abby Cornish is in this movie. Essie Davis from The Babadook.
She became a super cool like rap star.
Joel Edgerton is the big bad named Metalbeak, named as such because he was disfigured by an owl who was voiced by...
Was it Sam Neill or Jeffrey Rush?
It was Jeffrey Rush. Sam Neill plays the traitor, the turncoat.
That's right.
Yeah, fucking Hugo Weaving has a double role in this movie. And listed under additional voices, these are people who have characters that don't have names. Fucking Hugh Jackman and John Cleese.
Yep.
This cast is stacked. But this also is part of a thing where you have these movies, these animated films with these voice casts of very famous people who together, individually they have great voices, but collectively it's just a bland mishmash of continental accent.
It really is. And like this movie is supposed to be so very Australian and like...
They get attacked by a Tasmanian devil right off the bat, two of the owls.
Yeah. And like and then you just have these random like just pure British voices, and I'm just like, but that's not right. That doesn't sound like Helen Mirren in particular felt so off to me, but at the same time she was so regal as per usual that it doesn't really matter. Okay.
I want to talk briefly about Jim Sturgis because this is the first thing I've seen him in. I didn't see like Upside Down or anything. And when
this is the first thing you've seen him in though?
Yeah. And
not even like Across the Universe?
He's in Across the Universe? Are you sure he's in Across the Universe?
He's the main fucking character of the universe.
Okay, so I saw that, and
he's literally the main fucking character.
Okay. This is the second thing I've seen with Jim Sturgis in.
I'm almost convinced you've seen him in more now, and I just want to
I'm going to pull up the Wikipedia page, and I'm going to go through the fucking list of movies because you're being a piece of shit, and...
Across the Universe, The Other Boleyn Girl, 2150 Dead Men Walking, Crossing Over, Heartless, The Way Back.
Those are just words. Let me just read the film titles. Across the Universe is 1.
Yes.
Legend of the Guardians is 2. And that is it.
Okay, in fairness, I've seen more.
I haven't seen... Okay, my point about Jim Sturgis in this movie, where you have these actors who might have great voices but don't have great voice actor voices. Jim Sturgis speaks every line of dialogue like he's about to fucking cry. Like, he speaks in this film the way Robert Smith sings. You know? Robert Smith from The Cure always sounds like he's on the verge of just a tearful, melancholy breakdown. And I love The Cure. I'm a big Cure fan. But
it's true.
I mean, it works in singing. It works in music. It doesn't really work when you're the protagonist of the film.
It's not that bad. It makes sense in a lot of scenes.
When the movie wants to be really triumphant and uplifting, it's almost fucking unbearable. And it tries to be triumphant and uplifting a lot.
That it does. And yeah. I'll give you that.
I think this movie is weird just by sheer dint of the fact that it's all owls.
It's so strange to just watch an entire movie that's just like 95% owls, one snake, an echidna.
And mostly not uncanny. Like, there are some uncanny moments where an owl rolls their eyes or they smile weirdly, but it's mostly they look like owls, you know? They're not anthropomorphized.
Unsettling. I almost think that's one of the things that makes me most fascinated about it. And like, more than that, there's a lot of the film that just kind of made me wonder who was the intended audience for this movie? Because like, the material is so fucking dense and wordy for kids, but at the same time, it's
pretty dark too. I mean, there's like revenge and death.
The like whole brotherhood arc, there's a lot here that's like, it's dense. It's dense for a fucking like a young movie, and like at the same time, I don't think like it's geared towards like a young adult audience, because I feel like it's
like a preteen audience, like maybe 5th, 6th grade.
You think?
10, 11, 12 years old, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know. I couldn't figure it out.
Here's the thing, though. I'm thinking about this more and more. This is Star Wars with owls. You've got your light side.
Very similar.
You've got your dark
that's
side.
The thing. I don't think it's fair to just say, like, Star Wars with owls.
No, you know what it is?
You
know what it is? This movie wants to be this movie so bad. This is Watership Down crossed with the video game Fable.
Fable?
Yeah, Fable. Tell me I'm wrong.
Why Fable is my genuine question at this moment.
Well, because Fable, you have that sort of... This is not set in medieval times, but it has that medieval feel to it. You've got, you will learn blacksmithing, and you will learn how to read the stars, and there are these evil ones, and there are these good ones, and there's no nuance, and you're either one or the other. And it could be any, I guess, like a fantasy RPG, but I like Fable because I feel this is the kind of movie that a guy like Peter Molyneux would make, because it's so fucking weird just at its core.
That's fair. I actually kind of like that comparison a lot.
Didn't think you were going to hear a fucking Peter Molyneux reference in this show.
No, probably not, actually.
I aim to
all
please.
The things. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
but anyway.
Watership Down crossed with Fable. That's my
Yeah. So as an actual plot, just a quick description. So Soren, which is Jim Sturgis, and the other one's name, it's not Krull, even though I said that earlier, because we're not going to start talking about Krull right now. Krull and Soren are like...
His name's Clud.
I'm going to keep calling him fucking Krull, because I can't remember any fucking owl's name except for Soren.
The name Soren is an actual name.
So Clud and Soren, there's like this whole like big like brotherhood arc between the two of them, and then one goes to the
dark side,
the pure ones, and one goes to like the Guardians, and they fight and whatever. The whole movie is just like
so one becomes a Jedi and the other one turns to the dark side, basically.
Pretty much, essentially. And I mean, like, the story's like, it's basic as fuck. It's not anything particularly original.
It's exactly what you think it is.
Yeah, but like at the same time, I don't give that much of a shit about the story because it's really fucking pretty to look at. This whole movie is just
It's
like gorgeously animated to like almost a fault because of the fact that it's a bunch of fucking kind of unsettling looking owls.
I'm on your I'm on your side when it's like I want to kind of delve deeper into like the social structures of the owls, because like when in movies when there's like these little micro worlds, I'm interested to see how these micro worlds operate, like their internal politics, and
Exactly.
movies that spend time with that I really like. Like you remember the movie The Rescuers, right?
Of course.
With the little mouse UN and shit.
How could I ever forget that? It was magnificent.
You know, I first of all I want to know how the fuck a janitor becomes like an attaché to fucking Ava Gabor mouse. But
Ava Gabor.
it is Ava Gabor. It is Ava Gabor. And isn't Bob Hope the voice of Bernard the Mouse?
I think so.
I gotta rewatch that movie. That shit is crazy.
We should rewatch that movie. But anyway, go on.
Okay, so when there's like these little, the internal structures of these fictional universes intrigue me. Yeah, the plot I guess is kind of secondary in this case because yeah, it's kind of elementary. It's your basic hero's journey.
Yeah.
And this movie is almost aggressively nice looking. Like you could see each feather in super detail.
Yeah, there's this
case.
there's this one shot, like the first time I mean, there's two scenes in particular that I love with all my heart.
Go
but
on.
the first one was when, it was the first time that they were flying at, like, ever outside of, like, when they escaped the first time. And,
With
like, there was just
the
this
Hugo
one
Weaving owl?
close-up. No, it was just Soren and the tiny owl.
Oh, okay. The first time
Yeah.
they flew.
And there was just this one close-up on Soren's face, and it just pans, like, from his face really, really slowly through his, showing every single detail in, like, pure silence with wind up until, like, it's ruined with music and him reacting to flying. And I was just like, holy shit, that was so beautiful. And then the other scene was the rain sequence in, like, semi-slow-mo. That was the
Snyder
only time
loves
I
the
actually
slow-mo.
liked the slow-mo in this movie. Yeah, of course. It's Zack Snyder.
Yeah, this movie became 300 in the final act, basically.
It kind of does.
Which is just here's the thing. You would think that action sequences would get better when they're slowed down because it increases clarity.
No,
This doesn't happen in this movie. This doesn't happen in any of Zack Snyder's movies.
it doesn't at all. Like, most of the time, slow-mo is kind of just boring to me. Although I will say I do love slow-mo to certain effect in Watchmen. But again, I am a huge fucking Watchmen-apologist, so I...
Like slow motion should be used like
sparsely.
not just sparsely, but should have an end, like a purpose, exactly. Not just, oh, look at this owl's talon blade, it's badass. Look at it carve into the neck of another owl. What a strange sentence I have just said, and yet
That's exactly what happened.
exactly what happens in this movie. Yeah. And another thing about this movie that is, I guess, of a piece with the other Zack Snyder movies I have seen, very indifferently scored.
Yeah.
I don't
didn't
remember
care
a
for the
fucking
music.
thing about the score. It doesn't grab you. It's just, like let's just like throw on the chorus patch on this very, very good modular synthesizer.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Although I will, again, no, I'm not going to keep on fucking bringing up Watchmen and defending its use of music and its use of everything.
No. Like,
that-
I
See,
like,
that's the frustrating part. Because, like, every single complaint I have about, like, other Zack Snyder movies, I typically say, like, but it was
Watchmen.
done so well in Watchmen. And, like, that's so frustrating to me. Like...
I mean, I like that movie too, but don't you think that the song's choices were a bit on the nose?
I don't give a shit. They work to such great effect. I just loved it. Whatever. Anyway, back to Legend of the Guardian. Speaking of music choices.
No, I still want to stick on this Watchmen thing.
Okay.
Like, it worked. Like, here's the thing. It worked the first time with the credits set to the times they are a-changing. It's on the nose, but it's the first time we hear it, it's fine. But every single other soundtrack choice, the songs are, I mean, I like the songs,
I'm
but come
sorry,
on.
Unforgettable was magnificent.
Ugh.
That is by far one of my favorite movie openings ever. But
Okay, let's do a little something. I want you to defend me the use of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah in Watchmen. Go.
I'm not going to ever, 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 ever,
God.
ever,
Ugh.
ever.
And it's
I
always
can't.
Hallelujah.
I can't do it because the thing. I don't
No,
want to
no.
be like.
Let's
Interestingly enough,
let's stay on this tangent for a while. Talk to me.
we're actually going to stay on Watchmen for a while. Is this really what we're doing?
Just finish this thought, and then we'll go back to the owls.
I mean, frankly, I'm very tempted to just like go like rewatch the fucking Hallelujah scene on YouTube. The first time I saw it in theaters, I was made so uncomfortable watching the scene because it is legitimately the most. I don't entirely understand what kind of creative decisions went into making the scene and like why Zack Snyder was comfortable letting the sex scene drag on so, and it's not even that long. It's a less than 2-minute long scene.
Yeah, it's not a long song.
But it feels
like forever.
like an eternity. And at the same time, like, I don't hate it. I think it's,
I'm gonna break kayfabe for a second. Who the fuck fucks to Leonard Cohen?
I mean,
like,
honestly, probably a lot of people.
We call those people who fucked to Leonard Cohen. Moving on.
I'm literally watching the scene on YouTube right now.
Go get your head back in the game, motherfucker. Let's talk about some owls.
It's like,
oh,
I'm so fascinated by it. I'm so fascinated watching the scene.
I like that movie, but that scene sticks out like a sore thumb that's been
No, it absolutely does.
Ugh.
It absolutely fucking does. And I won't ever say it doesn't totally stand out, but I still don't hate it. But anyway, back to weird song choices in movies of Zack Snyder's. What the fuck was up with Owl City?
Owl City! They put Owl City in the movie about owls because the person who isn't creative for this fucking movie is obviously 11. You know what? You know who they should have gotten to score this movie? The Hooters! The 80s band from Pennsylvania. You know who should have had product placement in this movie, Juan? Hooters! The sexist restaurant!
How could they... Excuse me.
You know who else should have had product placement in this movie? The Miami Hooters, the defunct arena football team. I'm
glad you know this because I didn't know that was a thing.
I'm just saying that it was a dumb choice.
I agree and completely offbeat with his tone.
Yeah, it's way off. I mean, but what would it fit? I mean, should they have gotten, like, I don't know, Avenged Sevenfold or something to cover an Owl City song?
What the fuck, Derek? Avenged Sevenfold to cover an Owl City song.
Aren't Avenged Sevenfold from Florida?
I don't fucking know if Avenged Sevenfold is from Florida.
I'm gonna look it up.
They're from fucking California, you shithead.
Same thing.
Huntington Beach, California.
Beach, California.
You're such a shithead.
What's a metal band from Florida? Aren't Deicide from Florida?
oh my god. Okay, so anyway, back to the fucking...
This is probably the most tangent heavy episode we've done.
Yes, it is.
Oh man. Here's the thing. The reason that we're going off on these tangents is because there's nothing really to hang your hat on in this movie other than the fact that it's a fantasy movie with owls in it. I mean, you could replace the entire cast with humans and you would have like a decent medieval fantasy film. And it's the novelty of it is that it was directed by the dude who made 300. And it has
like it's not like it's a movie that I don't think it's a bad movie by any means, but I just think I will forget about it eventually. And I think it's like
see, I think the exact same thing as you.
Yeah, and like one thing that really, like, that I could tell for a fact that like I know there's more. There's so much more. Not just like the fact that like it gives you all these like nuggets of history within the world, but the fact that they literally, I guess, final time, like it's spoiler alert time, because we really haven't spoiled any single thing in this movie whatsoever so far.
Well, we spoiled that Sam Neill was a turncoat.
Oh, that's right. Oh, whatever. God forbid. That's not really like a good enough plot. Whatever. Anyway, there's like at the end,
Actually, now that I think about it, this movie is closer to Secret of Nim than it is to Watership Down.
yeah, it is a lot closer to Secret than him actually.
Movie. Go on.
That literally like the end of the movie just like
teases a sequel.
It doesn't tease a sequel. It literally yells, "We're making a sequel. There is a sequel to this movie." And I don't actually know if they're getting a sequel made, but like this movie yells sequel at your face by saying like, "Helen Mirren disappeared and we never found your brother." And they literally, like, they do a close-up of is it Joel Edgerton? Yes, it's Joel Edgerton's, like, helmet while they're saying, like, "We never found Helen Mirren or your brother." And I'm just like, okay, like, I don't need this. Like, it's very obvious to any single person watching the movie that, like, these two escaped.
Yeah, it's almost as bad as the post-credits of Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren, where they have Frank Langella as Skeletor, presumably dead. He fell into like a pit of water, and then after the credits, he pops up from like the bottomless lake and says, "I'll be back," and it freezes on that, and that's the end of the movie.
That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. That's what this movie should have done. They should have just had Helen Mirren say, "I'll be back."
Yeah, it might as well have just had Helen Mirren screech, "I'll be back for you, Soren," or whatever.
Oh, but instead of owl, I hope she says "owl be back."
You fucker. You
because that's literally what it just sounded like you
bastard.
said to me.
You son of a bitch. You shut your mouth. Jesus Christ, I think I'm the antagonistic one in this episode. Holy shit.
I guess we're having quite a hoot this episode, aren't we?
Oh, you mother! I swear, maybe we should just go on to final judgments before we just.
Oh wait, no, because there's literally a character in the movie who just makes owl jokes, and I felt very attuned to that character.
Yeah, there's like the comic relief fucking odd couple there. You've got the.
The thing is, like, there's not even just one comic relief character though. It felt like there were a lot of like supporting characters, which would be fine for like 3 books worth, but at the same time, it felt like almost too much.
This movie kind of felt like a subpar D&D session. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. I mean, might go next week.
It's just all right.
It's okay.
Yeah, we'll probably do better next week.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's been 5 years and we haven't gone back to play. So I think we feel the same way about this film, but I think the way we process how we feel is going to make our scores different.
Oh, I have a feeling you're going to give it a rotten and not a fresh. But do I get to pick? I can't remember who does first or whatever.
Well, it doesn't really matter. Final recommendations time. I'm going to go with rotten. It's not bad, but it doesn't really hold my attention. But it's not bad, but it's not great. Like, there are literally dozens of fantasy films I would recommend before recommending this one. Yeah, I mean, it's meh.
That's fair. I'm gonna give it a fresh, frankly. I think its aesthetics and just honestly, its aesthetics kind of win over the fact that it doesn't have the best story in the world, and it made me curious to like maybe not actively go out and read a 16 or 15 or whatever amount book series, but it definitely made me interested in said series. And I don't where would I rank it in Zack Snyder's? In the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6 Zack Snyder movies that I've seen.
Number 1.
No, it's
with
not.
With a bullet.
Oh God.
Legend of the Guardians: The Owls of Ga'Hoole.
Yeah, I don't know where I would rank it, honestly. I do need to see Man of Steel, which I would just received for free on Blu-ray. So one of these days I'll actually watch it.
Like, I'm not
I had to
gonna
watch
put you on
the
the
trailer
spot
for Dawn of Justice again, and it was awful. You're gonna put me on the spot and what? No?
I said I'm not going to put you on the spot and ask you for a power ranking of the Zack Snyder movies you've seen.
I mean, like 1 Watchmen, 2 Watchmen, 3 Watchmen. Dawn of the Dead is up there. I would say Dawn of the Dead is second. I don't. The thing with 300, I just established this. I don't think it's a bad movie. I just don't ever want to watch it again. That's how I roll. Anyway, go.
Yeah, I'm not here to tell you what movies to watch.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lie. That's a lie because it's recommendation time, so I'm going to tell you a movie to watch.
That it is. All right, go ahead. Hit me with it.
So I'm going to recommend one of my favorite movies from one of my favorite subgenres of films, which I like to call wizards and shit. Which is not quite, it's a very specific kind of fantasy films that are very freewheeling and boisterous and full of people who talk like this. And your sorcerers and mercenaries. Harumph, exactly. And the link with our film is one Helen Mirren. I'm going to recommend Excalibur from 1981, directed by John Borman. It's really fun. It's a retelling of Arthurian legend, Sword in the Stone, sorcerers, wizards. Patrick Stewart's in it too. Here's the thing I like about this movie. It brings gravitas to what is essentially nonsense. And I love that. I love that quality in a film. And it's just really fun. It's a fun piece of work. Excalibur.
It really is a fun piece of work. I had to do that. I had to watch it for a history through through film class once, actually.
It's Arthurian myth.
I know.
Anyways, we also watched it for my dearly beloved 81 Fest. It was one of the 6 movies that we watched for 81 Fest. Shout out to the people who were there.
How exciting.
So what's your recommendation?
I don't know. I was going to say like every Zack Snyder movie, but I'm not going to do that because I feel like that'd be a waste, as I've already very clearly made my
your specific cases for your specific movies.
My very specific case for
your
the
pet projects
instead of Watchmen. You know what? I couldn't. I wasn't sure what I was gonna pick, but I know exactly what I'm gonna pick, and it's in part to spite you, and in part because I really do genuinely fucking love this movie, and the link here is actor Jim Sturgis. But interestingly enough, the filmmaker who made this movie actually made a film in 2010 as well, which is also a fantasy-ish film that also had Helen Mirren in it, which was The Tempest, but I'm not going to pick The Tempest. I'm going to pick Across the Universe of All Goddamn Things, and I didn't expect this to be my choice, but God, like, and it almost has 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, interestingly enough, but speaking of aesthetics that please the shit out of me, Across the Universe is exactly that. And Julie Taymor as a filmmaker is someone who I just immensely, immensely adore because of her aesthetics. And I also think she's a really, really interesting woman in general. And Across the Universe is basically just fucking like... It's super masturbatory to Beatles songs, but...
Yeah, the worst thing about Across the Universe is that they don't give the Beatles a writing credit.
They don't at all. And, like, the whole movie is literally just, like, straight up strung together Beatles songs unfolding in a really strange little narrative, but I kind of really love it, and it has some far out psychedelic sequences and musical numbers, and it's just... I think it's a lot more fun than people give it credit for. I know you don't like it, but I like it.
I'm not
so yeah.
crazy about it.
Most people aren't. But anyway, so that's my recommendation. So Derek, I have a question for you.
Okay.
What are we watching in 2 weeks?
There's a lot of movies that I want to watch that are in our master list of 50%ers.
I know. There's a lot that I want to watch too, and I wish I could force you to let us watch.
So here's one though that I know it's a director we both like. It's an actor in the lead role that we both like, and this is one that's been in the back pocket. I think since very early stages of the pod. So that said, The movie we will be watching in 2 weeks is My Son, What Have Ye Done? Directed by Werner Herzog, produced by David Lynch, released in 2009.
Starring Michael Shannon.
Michael Shannon.
All right, I'm into it. I actually own that movie on DVD, and I've never seen it before. So
I have not seen it before either. And this
should be fun.
This is like legit one of the more polarizing films I've seen. Some people consider it a masterpiece. Some people consider it a pile of shit. So it'd be interesting to see on what side of the consensus we fall on.
So you can find us on dimthehouselights.com, our long-form film criticism website with other wonderful writers who I will not list at this current moment in time. You can also find us both on Letterboxd, myself at Whoa It's Juanito, WOAH It's Juanito, and Derek at Derek_G. You can also find us on Twitter at not the same. Are they the same? No, they're not the same exact ones.
They're exactly the same.
They're exactly the same ones, really? Yep. I always wonder if yours is exactly the same or not.
Exactly
but yes, at exactly the same usernames.
Yeah, we
handles,
have the same.
Yeah,
we have the same handles at the same place. At those
Such a convenient little tip for all of y'all new listeners. And
Jesus Christ, Juan.
You can also find us writing for other lovely websites, such as the Miami New Times for myself and Sound On Site for Derek.
You can also check out the Pod's website at sitmwipodcast.tumblr.com. There you'll find links to our Twitters, our letterboxes, our RSS feed, and our iTunes show page. That last one is important because we want ratings, and we also want reviews because, well, we don't have enough for them to be all counted. So we would appreciate it if you gave us a little message and left us a little rating. We would suggest 5 stars, but you listen to your heart.
Yeah, listen to your heart and give us a 5, or give my beautiful luscious voice a 5. Luscious.
There's a lot of adjectives I use to describe your voice, but luscious ain't one of them, my friend.
Well, I know you call me like some like deadbeat jazz
you piece
radio
of shit
host, etc., etc. Anyway,
I've called you a lot of things in the past.
I know you've called me a lot of things in the past, but we're not here to dwindle on that. So let's go ahead and end the lovely episode. Right? Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
And see you in 2 weeks.